Today I want to share with you a song that's often considered one of the greatest Beatles tunes of all time. Now it comes from a very turbulent period during the Beatles' career. You see, it was 1969, and this was the same year that John Lennon essentially just told the other members, "I'm out." He was leaving the band. And so there was a lot of tension, a lot of disruption going on. And what came out of this was just this raw and emotional song that primarily John Lennon wrote. And really, I just think it's like a heartfelt plea from him. So I'm going to break it down for you step by step, including some guitar parts that you won't see covered on the internet. In fact, all the sheet music books and everything that I've seen out there for this doesn't quite show the guitar part the way I think George Harrison played it. So let's dive into it. The first thing we're going to start off with is the opening riff that goes like this. Don't let me down. So what we're doing here is it's just this cool double stop lick that's based off an E chord. So you can play E down here like this, open, 2, 2, 1, open, open. You can also play it up here at the 9th position, and this is something I talk a lot about called the cage system. It's like a G shape up here for the E chord. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by playing the 9th fret on the 5th string and then also on the 4th string. That's a double stop there. We're going to play those and then hammer on the 5th string from 9 to 11. Then we'll play 9 and 9 on the 4th and 3rd strings right underneath, and then do a hammer to 11 on the 4th string. So then come back to 9 and 9. Then we got to jump up 1 string and go to 9 and 9 on the 5th and 4th strings, and then reach up with your pinky and get 12 on the 5th string, 9 on the 4th string, and then come back to 11 there. And then the final note is I play the 12th fret there on the 6th string. So all together. And it starts on beat 2. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Don't let me down. Okay, from there we go into the main groove for this song. And it's a very simple chord progression, but I love it. It uses just 2 chords. Let me show you how I play them. So we've got an F sharp minor here on the 2nd fret, or 2nd position, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, 2. That's just a bar chord there, playing all 6 strings. And then I go to E, which is just open E, open, 2, 2, 1, open, open. Now we're gonna spend 2 bars on each chord like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, then change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2. Don't let me F sharp. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then E. That's the main groove for the song. Just those 2 chords. Now from there, you'll probably want to add some more strumming to that. So once you get the chord shapes, try playing something like this. So what I'm doing here is just a simple 2-beat pattern. I'm starting out by playing 2 bass notes. So if I play the F sharp, I'm just going to hit that 6th string, 1 and then I'm going to strum the rest of the chord on beat 2. Okay, so 1 and 2, and I'm going to make that kind of staccato. So when I play it, I just release it real quick, 1 and 2, and then I'm going to play and 2 16th notes on the and of 2 with a down up strum. And what I'm doing is releasing my fretting hand. I'm no longer holding down the pressure, and I'm just gonna get a scratch sound like this. So putting that groove together, it's gonna go 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and a 1. Now when I go E, it's okay if it rings out a little more. Don't Now you could let it ring if you want to, like, that works too. When I'm playing alone, I like to kind of get, like, if I can create percussive sounds and get almost like a drum sound to it, right? So when I'm playing rhythm, I'm really thinking actually like a drummer, like that 16th note groove, you know? Now, that's what John Lennon's actually playing, is he plays these voicings down here, like an F sharp minor to an E. And what George Harrison does is he's up here actually playing in a higher position. So this is a cool thing to check out. You could play F sharp minor 7. So this is a slightly more sophisticated F sharp minor. So what I'm basically doing there is playing from the 5th string down, 9, 11, 9, 10, 9. That's an F sharp minor 7, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2. And then I go to an E like this. Oh, love this sound. So this is open, 11, 9, 9. And that's actually from something I call the cage system. And if you want to learn to map out chords and scales like this so you can play anything you want on guitar, then you're going to want to grab my free fretboard guide. And on this guide, it's just a 1-page PDF. I show you the 5 must-know chords and scales to map out the entire fretboard. And this is one of those chords. And it just ties in with all this stuff beautifully. So I want to give it to you completely for free. Just go to johnmclennan.com/fretboard guide and you can download that as my gift to you. So there's George Harrison, right? Playing right out of those shapes. F sharp minor 7 to the E like this, okay? It's also another kind of Jimi Hendrix, like, you know, if you check out, there's a lesson on my channel called The Wind Cries Mary. You learn that riff, which is based off that iconic Jimi Hendrix chord. So that's the main progression, and that's used for the majority of the song. Now, there's one part I want to point out. There's a couple 5/4 bars throughout the song. So that means there's going to be one extra beat in the count. And so you got to watch out for this. So as you're hitting that E, when it turns back around, you have lyrics like, and if somebody loved me like she'd do. Okay, so this would be like 1. Let me count. I'll say the words and I'll count the beats. So let's see if I can do it. And if somebody loved me like she do. So that was 5 beats there. So it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1. Okay, so you got to watch out for that. That's a little tricky. And the Beatles did this all the time on a lot of their songs, especially John Lennon. He would like cut a beat and then sometimes he would add a beat. And so you got to watch out for that or you'll lose the 1. Now there's this awesome George Harrison guitar part that comes in right after that 5/4 bar when the band goes to F sharp minor. It goes like this. So this is actually the part that I've seen in every sheet music book and, you know, every lesson that doesn't actually show what George Harrison is doing. You know, they say it's a lot of times, it's kind of the R&B double stop thing, but it actually starts with an octave, I think. And you start off with an octave. So we're playing the 11th fret on the 3rd string and the 14th fret on the 1st string. And here I just stash my pick. So I'm holding my pick and I just actually put it between my fingers and then play with my fingers like this. And if you watch the Beatles play this, there's a video on YouTube where they're playing on the rooftop, famous video, and you see George Harrison, you see his fingers and you see him kind of playing fingerstyle and pinching the strings like this. So that's the first part, 1 and. Okay, then we go to that F sharp minor 7 chord I explained, but we're keeping that pinky. That's another great chord, by the way. So F sharp minor and then add this. So here we're gonna go. And then I go right to that F sharp minor and do a little pull off there from the 12th fret to the 9th fret. So 1 and 2 and 3. So pulling off there to the 3rd beat. And then I play the top 3 strings and then the middle strings here twice. So it goes. Okay, then we've got double stops. Go to 11 and 11 there on the 4th and 3rd strings. We're gonna play it 3 times, 1 and 2, and then slide it down to 9 and 9. And then pluck it again and go to 6 and 6. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and slide back up. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then I go to this chord, E major 7, which is just the middle strings here, 7, 9, 8, 9. So all together that lick goes, ready, go. That is so good. All right, so there's one final part, and that's the bridge section. And I'll show you 2 ways you can play it. Chord-wise, it's just simple. We're gonna add 1 new chord to our chord mix here. We're gonna play a B7, which is from the 5th string down. 2, 1, 2, open, 2. Okay, now the lyric cue here is I'm in love for the first time. We're gonna start with 2 bars of E, then go to 4 bars of B7, then go back to 2 bars of E. It's like this. I'm in love for the first time. Go to B7. 4 bars here. Halfway. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last bar. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. Don't let me down. Then we're back to the main groove. So that's the progression. Again, just 2 E's, 4 B7s, and 2 E's. Now the actual guitar part plays this cool riff, and I'll break it down just 2 bars at a time. It starts like this. Okay, so I'm starting on the low E, and then play the 2nd fret to the 1st fret on the 4th string. Then come back up to the 2nd fret, then the 4th fret on the 5th string, like this. Then in the 2nd bar, we'll play 2 on the 4th string, 2 on the 5th string, back to 2 on the 4th string, 4 on the 6th string, 2 on the 4th string, 2 on the 6th string, 2 on the 4th string, like this. So those 2 measures together go 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and then we play the 2nd fret there. What note is that? It's B, just like our B7. So the riff follows the chord progression. Starts on E, then B. Here we're gonna play the 2nd fret of the 5th string, slide up to 4 on the 4th string, then 1, then slide up to 7, then 4, like this. Love that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we play 6, slide down to 2, like this. Then we go 4, 1, 2. Then on the 5th string, 4, 1. So. Okay, so if I put those together, I've got. And then we repeat the riff on B again. Now check this out. Oh, so good. So that goes back to the opening riff there. So when the band goes to E, it's just George Harrison's just taking that riff away. Again, it's based off the chords. So this is the stuff that I'm saying all the time. And it's that the fretboard can be viewed in chords, and you can use this stuff for soloing. You can use this stuff for rhythm. You can use it for playing anything you want. So if you want to dive deeper with this, grab my free fretboard guide. Just go to johnmclennan.com/fretboard guide, and you can download it right away as my gift to you. And you'll see these shapes, the same ones that I'm talking about. Then when you watch this lesson again, you'll be like, oh yeah, that's the chord. And you'll start connecting these things on the fretboard. And that's going to be one of the most valuable things you can do as a guitarist. So hope you enjoyed this video. As always, thanks for watching. And for more Beatles, check out this video next.